So did either one of you ever meet Jodi Arias?
Did not meet Jodi Arias. She went to a memorial for Travis in Arizona, and my other sisters seen her there, and she wouldn't look at them in the eye. They'd look at her because we had already had the feeling that she had something to do with it, and she would look away.
Yeah, I think the only actual person that got to meet Jodi was my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he didn't really bring her around our family too much.
Tell me first, Tanisha, how you found out Travis had died.
I had gotten a phone call from my grandma, and I could tell something was wrong with her, and I've heard this same tone in her voice from when she had told me our dad was killed. She was also the one that called me, and she had told me something bad has happened to Travis, and I just was like, what are you talking about? And she said, he's dead, and she was just in lots of tears, and I said, what are you talking about? I just went crazy. I was at home alone, and I was just hysterical, and I said, I'll be there in 10 minutes, and I drove straight to her house.
What day was that?
I think it might have been the 9th or the 10th.
It was, yeah, 4 or 5, 6 days after he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Stephen? How did you find out?
I found out I was in Northern California when I was still in the military, and I was actually sleeping because I had worked a graveyard shift. And all I remember is my wife coming upstairs. She had gotten a phone call from my sister Samantha, and I remember hearing my wife hysterically crying, saying, I can't tell him. And then she hands the phone to me, and obviously my sister, she was hysterically crying on the phone, and she told me, something, Travis is dead. And I honestly, I couldn't believe it, and it kind of took a few minutes to sink in. We actually started getting different details that same day. I remember my sister, she called me back several times. At first he was found dead, just dead in his bed, and then it turned into other things, and then it turned into, okay, he was actually murdered, and he was found in a shower. So we were getting all kinds of different stories, but we were being updated as information was being given out.
And Tanisha, did you suspect anyone?
I had remembered this story that my brother Gary had told me, that when he talked to Travis, that Jodi had slashed his tires and then re-slashed them again when he got them fixed. So I had that feeling right away that she had something to do with it. I didn't think she actually did it, maybe, but she had something to do with it. Just because, I just knew she had something to do with it.
And that was kind of the same consensus that everybody else came to. Anybody else that heard about it, kind of the first word or the first name that came out of their mouth was Jodi.